I mentioned Marlowe briefly, oftentimes at the end of our First Draft Friday, but Marlowe is an artificial intelligence who was created by Dr. Matthew Jockers, who's one of our co-founders at authorsai. And Marlowe can do a lot of really cool things, but one of the things we're going to really be talking about today is her manuscript analysis and feedback. Yeah. So James has been involved in Marlowe from the very beginning, and I know you've seen her grow and as she's added on functionalities and different pieces of her report. But can you kind of introduce us? I think you have a Marlowe report you can show us. So you can give us sort of a quick tour of the report. And for those of you who know, you go to authors.ai, you upload your manuscript, and she's really fast. Within just a few minutes, you'll get it in your email, and you can also download it from the dashboard there in authorsai. So that's the URL there. If you want to check her out, and she has a free report, you can try her for free. But what we're going to be showing you today is the Pro report, which is her Mac Daddy product. So I will.
So I'll kind of briefly explain some different parts of the report and how I specifically use it. So as a writer, one of the challenges we have is how do you craft a compelling book that people want to read and continue to turn the pages constantly? And then once they finish the book, how do you get them to buy the next book? And a lot of that comes down to, the craft and the craft, but there's also a science behind the craft. And when we look at the historical bestsellers or what are books that have, gone viral and done well, there's almost always a consistent theme that caused it to happen like that. And one of the first things I look at when I run the report is the narrative beats. And so what we're looking at with the beats is how often are we seeing them? Basically, it kind of comes down to like an EKG, where you have your positive and negative, positive and negative. It's like a constant up and down or emotional roller coaster that you're trying to put the reader on. And when I was listening to David Baldacci talk about crafting your book, one of the things that he had mentioned, as well as Dan Brown, was crafting the first couple of paragraphs of a chapter have to just grab a reader and draw them in. But then as you get closer to the end of that chapter, you have to create some sort of sense that causes them to want to read the next chapter. It draws them into the next one. So it's not about creating a satisfactory end of the chapter where they go, oh, okay, I can pause now and just go do something else. No, you want them to go, oh my God, I got to find out what happens next. And that's how you create beats. That's how you create that EKG, so to speak, of up, down, up, down, where they're constantly having to find out what's happening next.